Online. Great match. Here comes a new challenger.
Ho ho, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Ready? Then show me.
Don't expect me to be a push.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Decides to go in with the target combo. Player 2 has the life lead. Time to sit on the lead. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Slight miscalculation on the air throw space. Very solid corner switch. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Steps back to start things off. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Jump! Serenity Stream. The exchange blows. Knockdown and big throws. Quick breather. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Makes in the throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Comes a new challenger.
Ho ho, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Gotta do this. Come on.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Goes air to deny them a chance. They're on the lookout for jump-in. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. That's some big juicy damage on that counter. Life lead opens up. Shoryuken? But they can't squander this punish counter. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Opts to create space to start. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. That drive impact doesn't get through. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Dashes up. Knockdown and hits them with a stop and pop. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Goes low. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. There's a burnout. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in, a dash, leads them air to air. Oh boy, doesn't check the flow. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Opens with a jump, gotta do better than that. Clutch, anti-air. Jumps it, ooh, does them dirty. Pumps the brakes on the impact, drops them from the air. Good judgment there. Excellent block. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. The Fuha's there to give them even better returns on their investment. This can lead to some big damage. Cashes out on a Shikujira. Fights back with authority. Player 1 flipping the script with a turnaround super. Both fighters are down to half. Finds the target. Crowns them from above. What are they gonna do? Player 2 has a full drive gauge, but is on the brink of death. Solid anti-hit, they are done! Player 1 made some smart moves there! Great game! It's not over yet! Best believe it's time for that run back! Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Blocks it! The throw misses! Impact's a no-go. Forcefully closes the gap. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Alright. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Brushes off the impact. The jump in is denied. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. Anti-air drop. Burnout activates. Just goes for it at this range. The super doesn't hit. Shows them in there. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Had the radar up and running. Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. There's a change of sides. Hits them with a stop and bomb. Triggers the feng shui engine. The real jury's coming out to play. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Stuck in the corner, but not going down without a fight. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Flatline zone. How's that? Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Open with a jump in. The last round. It's now or never. Saihasho to start something. Player 2 hits him with a stop and bomb. Were they baiting them into that? That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Player 2 needs to take impact. Squash. What are they gonna do? Saihasho somehow manages to block the jump in. Gets the side switch. Back into the... This is gonna hurt. Perfect execution with the anti-air. What now? Oh, what's this? Who's coming out on top? Here comes the flatline zone. How's that? Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Gotta do this. Come on.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Still slugging it out here. Backs them into the corner. What's the play here? The attack is parried. Not a perfect parry, but I'll take it. Well-timed corner switch. Takes a trip. Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long. Rolls in. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Shoots off a fireball up close. Combo with the target combo. Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. They're still feeling each other out. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Blocks it. Looking to impress with this super Chipujinra hit. Good damage option there. Their will to win is really being tested and eats it. Player 1 closes with the throw, hitting them with the smart stuff. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Ooh, what a smart throw. Breaks the block with a throw. That throw will do some good damage. Both absolute crowns them from above. Okay, here's draw super hard incoming. Here's betting in on the drive rush. Amazing. Tokugeki to the face. Noticeable correct them. Oh, stun. Bad news is on the way. Player 1, it breaks them. Ugh, take a seat. The shot pays off. Player 2 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Throws out the fireball to check it. The drive impact nets them a sweet punish kick. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. Player 1 chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Oh! We're near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? I can't keep track of these corner switches. KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? From up above, hold your breath. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Amazing concentration on display as they punish for their opponent's attack left them wide open. Risky experiencing burnout. Burnout activates. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Are we gonna see a comeback? Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. KO. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 2 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Overhead. Decides to meet them in the air. Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive. Experiencing burnout. Each hit is so important here. Medium kick hit KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Decides not to rush in without a plan. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunity. Throws them to negate the block. Medium kick. Scrapping it out. Ooh. brushes that off and keeps going. Manages to block the jump-in attack. A quick breather. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Genius read. Solid anti-air. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Can they create an opportunity for themselves? Gotta do better than that. Player 1 can't afford forward rush. Connects with the throw. That amazing never say die attitude got them the win. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight!
What an opening statement there. They were waiting for it. Oh, what's this? The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. His overhead. Throws him. What now? Gotta do better than that. Drops him hard. Amazing. Noticeable life lead. Sets up with the quad. A sick counter. It's like they knew exactly what was going to happen. Player 1 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all.
Comes a new challenger.
This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Blocks the jump in. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 1 has the life lead. Not a small life lead, but it's not over. The impact gets blocked. Deftly shuts out the jumping. Trips him up. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Throws out a projectile. Decides to meet them in the air. Brushes off the impact. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Chops them with a Shoryu. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Jumps? No. Misses. Still very early in the round. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this match wide open. Player 2 needs to... There's a wall spot. They can't do anything now. Player 1 ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Going in. Oh no, they're stunned. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player drives impact misses. A thunderous drive impact to close the round. Player 2 comes away with the win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Pokes with a medium kick. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. What's going to follow the combo? Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? From up above, the quarter makes this stun might mean the end of this Getsu. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Box him with a target combo. Brushes that off and keeps going. Jumps in. Side switch in the corner. Gets out of the corner. Still scratch. Yo, put that away. Both fighters planning something. Good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Oh my god, they just choked it up! Crucial from above! Shrugs that off! Target combo into... flatlines them! Here's the final round! The real fight starts now! Backdash to start! They're not taking any chances! Both fighters are raring to go. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Good decision with that throw. Adds a bit of OG spice. You've got anti-air in the clutch. Ooh, what a smart throw. Punish counter on reaction. Ooh, puts a bit of stank on that with an overdrive. Jump. This is gonna hurt. Huge chance after that wall stop. What now? Player 1 leads nothing stops this train. Any throw will whip at that curls them from above. Amazing. This can lead to some what a finish. Player 2 comes away with the win.
Special match. Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? Come on.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Solid combo. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Managing their drive gauge well here can open up a lot of good chances for them later in the round. Drive lead opens up. Will this super art connect? Triple Jinrai hits! Good damage on that. Hanging on for dear life. Player, they were not clear for takeoff. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. Who's going to start things off? They trade. Still very early in the round. Going in, player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Big opportunity coming. Blocks the impact. Drink level max out. This party's getting on for the critical art.
This is our destiny.
Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler here. Low on life and is still willing to risk it all on this critical art to do the cash money damage they need. Player 2 crowns them from above. Who's gonna take it? Forward rush. Amazing. Escapes the corner. Excellent block. Denies the jump-in attempt. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps in. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Solid combo. Decent damage. What's next? Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. I'd like to see them use this drive disparity to shift the tide of the fight to their side. Player 2 chipped down to the wire. Pay attention! Very solid corner sweep. Knockdown. Throws them to negate the block. Brushes that off and keeps going. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. This is gonna be bad news. Quick breather. Player 2 can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 2 has an empty drive key. This is a very precarious situation. Looks to drop him to earth. Blocks the impact. Were they baiting them into that? Max SA gauges. Finds the target. How will they utilize this? There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player 1 is in a very good spot. Wrecks them. Amazing. Throws them. Player 1 can't use any flatlines them. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Decides not to rush it below. Who's going to steal this? This can lead to some big damage. Ooh, does him dirty. Excellent jump in. Plenty of help. Full gauge wall splat into the card break. What's next? One side switch. Oh, they switch sides. Nothing stops this train. Stop him. Pay attention. Reads the jump in perfectly. Doing some flat lines there. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Decides to meet them in the air. Smart play there to go for the air-to-air. Even if it can't lead to a combo, it's low risk but effective. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Knockdown. Overhead. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. The super armor does its job. Knockdown. Side switch with the backbone, looking for a chance to gain the upper hand. Player 2 chases them down. All right, what's coming up next? Right lead open. Yes! Drive impact for the win. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. This round, there's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Hits them with a stopping body.
Come on. It's time.
Lands the Getsuga Saiho. Going for that juicy damage. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Finishes with the throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. The last round. It's now or never. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Excellent damage! Oh, yo! Rock super pumps the brakes on the impact. Perfect execution with the anti-air. The drive impact doesn't work. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Reads the jump in perfectly. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They got it. Nothing stops this train. Oh! This is a critical moment. This is gonna hurt. Oh my God! This fight has got the perfect read. Oh man, who's gonna take this? No hesitation or regret! Hits him with that NSFW! Perfect damage calculation! No doubt about it! They are done! Player 2 clinches the win! But that could have been anyone's game! No way we could have called that!
Practice versus arcade. Practice versus practice. Versus arcade online. Great match. Comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Blocks the jump in. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage on the team. Down to the wire. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Beautiful setup with that attack. Heading into the end game now. Is getting KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Opts to create space to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. Looking to plant them with the pile drive. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish count. Triple Jupiter hit. Good damage on them. Both fighters planning something? Confirm on the impact. Not a counter, but they'll take it. This is gonna hurt. A quick breather. Crumble from above. Both life and super hard gauges are not gets the critical out. Even when the chips are down, they're still looking for a play to take this fight. Now they're gonna think of a follow-up. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. All the throws connects. The drive gauges shoots their shot. What a sick counter. It's like they knew exactly what was gonna happen. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Player 2 chases them down. Back throw for the side switch. A dizzying side switch in the corner. Hits the back throw, looking to set something up to get more damage. The corner tussle takes a turn. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive. Great work finding the opening. He decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Jump? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player 1 is working with a better game. Ooh, hits them with a stop and pop. Target locked and scoop. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Drive gauge gap here. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. They return to center stage. Going in? No! This will break them! Can they create an opportunity for themselves to steal and whip? They're wide open! A jump? Burns out! Doesn't test the flow! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Decides not to rush in without a plan. The last round, it's now a super art? They're going for the super art? Ooh, they're gonna feel that. Anti-air in the clutch. Punish counter on the action. Hitting back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Cross that off. Punish counter sets the table. What now? Finds the target. There's the burnout. Ooh, the drive impact hits for a punish. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Flatline zone. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent. Overdrive. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Great block on that ambiguous cross-out. Track that jump nicely. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Throws him. What's next? Knockdown. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Decides to meet them in the air. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. KO! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Throws out a projectile. Player 2 had a hard time managing their drive gauge last round, and I'm sure they're aware that they need to start adapting. Knockdown. Check heats it up with a combo into super. Player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. The path to a win looks very tough here, and I don't know if they can hold out. Big opportunity now in this corner. Knockdown and... Are they thinking of a fuse? A gutsy fireball gives them the round. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? They were expecting that drive impact. Excellent block to shut out the impact. With smart play to stop the opponent. How did they read that throw?
Clutch anti-air.
They just said, get that jumping out of here. Rushes in. What now? Draw connects with the throw. Okay, here we go. Jets with a sandblast. Oh my God, they just trumped it up. Player 1 meets them air. Wall flat into the guard frame. Player 1, can you? Oh my God, Rock Super. Both sides, they're just gonna go for it with the super. They are done. Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Decides not to rush in without a plan. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. All right, they throw them into the corner. They're looking to keep the pressure on and do some damage. Powerful play there to keep their options limited. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Very solid corner switch. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Denies the jumping attack with a jumping attack of their own. Neither of them willing to get some. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Sandblast! Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Throws out the fireball to check him. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Somehow takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Big throws. That throw will do some good damage. Still scrapping for control of the space. Grabs and connects with the throw. Medium kick impact squash. Noticeable life lead is at the overhead denied. Oh, yo! What a finish! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Checks with a sandblast. Jumps up, barely blocks the jump in. Rushes in. Jumps, nothing stops this train. Player 1 with a slight impact squash. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Shoots their shot. Punish counter sets the table. Both shots, there's a burnout. Player 2 is in burnout. Excellent block. Somehow manages to block the jumping. Okay, connects with the throw. Oh, they switch sides. Drops that off. Great job in escaping that corner. I called it. I called it. The super's blocked. Are you kidding me? I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Oh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Awesome! Throws out a projectile. Looks like they want to re-establish their game plan with fireballs. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Misses the drive impact, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. Brushes off the impact. You can block impact, but you're going to lose some drive gauge when you do. That drive impact is blocked. Heading into the end game now. It's getting KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Sandblast. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Were they baiting them into that? That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do? Hit them with a stop and drop. A back throw for damage and vital positioning. Anti-air in the clutch. Quick breathe. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 2. Ooh, the drive is back in for a punish. What now? Flatline zone. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Online training match. Training match. Here comes a new challenger.
We are about to see a mirror match go down, where they can match each other move for move. This is the hardest kind of match. Who will come out on top? Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Knockdown. Still slugging it out here. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. Looking for a way to incorporate their drive. Time to do some damage after that wall splat. Knockdown. Life lead opens up. Get some. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Let's off a projectile to waste time. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Chipujinra hits. Good damage off to it. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Blocks it. Big throws. What'll happen here? Barely blocks the jump in. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? The low! Knockdown and the throw connects. Noticeable life lead is a comeback still pop. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Escapes the corner. This is gonna hurt. Punish counter sets the table. The neck impact squash. Burns out. Player 1. This is what a finish. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Hits the drive. Jumps in. Barely blocks the jump in. Both players look pumps the brakes on the impact. Using the impact to shave off some of their driving. Oh man, this is a scary range. Gotta do better than that. Player 2 needs to wait this out. Ooh, what a smart throw. Oh, here we go. And whips. They're wide open. A jump. This can lead to some big damage. Reads the jump in perfectly. Oh, there's a burnout. Amazing. Closes it out. Player 2 survived that tense mirror match.